for yourselves right now, and then make noise for the people of Palestine! Week after week, the abuse around us increases. The people that stand along the sides and observe and shout their racial Islamophobic slurs. I'm out here to send you a clear message. In the same way you think your life matters is the same way our lives matter. In the same way Palestinian lives matter. If you want to become confrontational with us, we will simply get louder. We don't need to handle people with violence because we are not the same as our oppressors. But what we will do is call out every injustice that we see. That includes every person that walks past and starts shouting their mouths off. If anybody thinks that we are out here because we won't stand against oppression, you are fooled! We are not weak! We are not out here for fame or popularity! We are out here because we refuse to accept any form of genocide, oppression, bullying, Islamophobia, and even anti-Semitism! It's about time people around us increase their etiquettes, increase their levels of respect and behaviours. Because I promise you, if you're bugged this Saturday, we promise to bug you next Saturday and the Saturday after. The intimidation of people throwing their drinks or trying to spit or become abusive, I promise I will not stand and be abused by anyone. And in the same way human rights apply, the people of Palestine can't even resist without being called terrorists. Screw your terrorism narrative. Resistance is not terrorism. Resistance is standing up and calling out what we see. If your child, if your mother, if your brother, if your father, your grandmother, even your pet, your cat or your dog, if someone so much as harmed them, what would you do? You would resist. That is what we mean when we call for the freedom, liberation, and when we say resistance is justified.
Resistance is justified.
That is what we are saying. So for every fool that stands around us and thinks this is a game and thinks they can mock Palestine in front of us, think again. We got another speaker for you now. Big round of applause.
This ties into the Islamophobia and the racism that we experience and how children of the diaspora are feeling right now. They say, go back to where you came from. He yells at me, from the land that partitioned my family and forced them to flee. Go back to where you came from, as I squeezed out every part of me that wasn't like you, so you could just let me be. Go back to where you came from. But I've assimilated so hard to try to belong, that when I listen to my mother tongues, I can't sing along. They dehumanize who they choose to dehumanize. They value the lives of those with more melanin as lesser compared to their own. I wrote a separate poem about that. It's called I Was Only Small. But some of you may have heard it before. I was only small when I was forced to flee. I was only small when they made me a refugee. I was not yet grown when my sky went up in flames. I was not yet grown, yet they said I was to blame. I had just learned to tie my laces, my birthday was so soon. Yet I saw my brother's dismembered parts, some lost and some laid strewn. I was only small when I lost my family when they lost their son. Back when I was home, I flew my favourite kite. Its long tail and ribbons danced in the wind and sunlight. I was only small, I had no part to play. I did not make the weapons that traumatise my day. I did not sit in office debating the value of my life. I did not make decisions that cause other people strife. I was only small, but it was easy for me to see that every small child around the world is innocent like me. Thank you.
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Is there anybody else that would like to come up and share their message? Because one thing I'll also promise you is the people of Palestine, as much as we see them, they see us. We are out here to give them hope. We are out there to liberate them as well, because after all they have done for us and the humanity they have taught us, it is time we send that level of humanity back to Palestine. It has been almost 10 months of constant carpet bombing. Hundreds of thousands of people have died. We will not stop until those bombs don't drop. So remember, when you speak, you're not just speaking and educating the people around you. You will also send those messages to Palestine, and Palestine will know that with our hearts, we stand in resistance with the people. We have our next speaker. Please give a big round of applause for Sharifa.
Hi everyone, I haven't spoken for so long, but I wanted to say I was so happy this morning to wake up to hear that the UK government will arrest Netanyahu if he comes to the UK. Now this is all thanks to the resistance that we've been showing the government, that we are saying no to injustice, no to this complicity in genocide. But our struggle is yet to be seen how far we go, because we need to ask, how did we get here in the first place? How do we get here in the first place that we are telling people not to kill kids? So the message from me today is we need to change the way we eat. We need to change the way we buy things. We need to change our lives. We need to change the way we treat each other. Right? This is the struggle that we're going to go through. This is not just for Palestine. This is to make sure that us, as a humanity, elevate ourselves and be the best that we can be. Protect our community, protect our environment. Make sure we have sustainability, accountability, justice, love, and peace. This is what we should all be standing for. This is all for us. So thank you, everyone.
Round of applause for our next speaker, please, Zainab.
Right, guys, I don't have anything planned, but I would just like to say, seeing you guys out every single week, showing up, being resistant to the cause and the movement, so I'm proud of every single one of you guys. You sacrifice your every single weekend, you're here for the movement. But what I would like to say is when we walk past that area, all that abuse we had, this just shows we are on the right side of humanity. Why are we getting hated then? You only get hated when you speak the truth, and we are speaking the truth that the people do not like. This doesn't mean that we'll stop. This means we will keep going. And like we say, the more they try to silence us, the louder we will be. Regardless if we are silencing us on the streets, we will not stop. Regardless if we're trying to silence you in the places of work, in your universities, this just shows you're on the right side of humanity. All of us are sick and tired of seeing the massacres, of seeing the deaths online every single day, and this is only probably an ounce of what they experience here, because at the end of the day I could have been in Palestine, but I will keep going and keep resisting, regardless if I'm not Palestinian or not, regardless if I'm not Muslim. This is a cause because you're a human. You only have to be human to support the Palestinian cause, to support any cause that is killing children, killing babies, killing mothers, fathers, and we will not stop, we will not rest, and we will keep going for the people of Palestine. Thank you guys.
Right, thank you Cardiff for showing up once again. We have become the